What's going up, guys? This is OJ Light, and welcome to Late Nights with Light. In today's live stream, we are going to be talking about being afraid of talking to girls. This is a classic. This is a classic subject. Probably one of Good Looking Loser's most research topic. And a lot of the stuff I got here tonight is based off of his works. So let's get into it, guys. All right. So, not being able to talk to a girl you find attractive is one of the most painful things that can occur. Okay. Um, for me, when I don't approach a girl I'd like to be inside of, I lay in bed at night thinking, I am such a coward. I have sat in my early 20s. I remember laying in bed thinking I am a bitch or something along those lines, right? It was a deep and painful shame, okay? However, and this is a realization I came to a little bit later. When I do approach a girl and I talk to her, I often think me doing this is so stupid, right? I feel like an idiot every time I approach, right? And that's kind of a hell of a paradox, right? If you don't approach, well, this is me. If you don't approach, I feel like I am shameful, right? But when I do approach, I feel like an idiot as I'm sitting there and chatting with her, right? So, but that's really the wrong way to look at it, because it takes a lot of courage to talk to really anyone. So, in the past, okay, I have often justified me talking to girls with one of the following reasons, right? One of the following reasons. And I would say these reasons are probably universal. There's probably one of these reasons. There might be other reasons outside of this, but these are some excuses I've heard given, the whole thing. So what if the girl is mean or ignores me? Right? That's reason number one. Another reason is, what if she rejects me? It's probably the most common. Number three, what will other people think? Number four, now this was a big one for me. What if things go well? Will I perform well sexually? Right? That was a big one. And two, and the last one, what do I even say? Right? Which is odd. I never even really thought, the last one never really was a problem for me. Like, what do you even say? That I never even considered that as a fear. But I know some people who have. Well, what do I even say? So each of these objections, guys, are illogical, right? They're illogical. They don't make sense. Let's kind of tackle them one at a time, right? So this first one, I think, is the most important one. Okay, and I think a lot of staged videos on YouTube or TikTok have made this problem a lot more perceived than it actually is. And it's like, what if the girl is mean to me? Okay, or ignores me. So let's say legitimately you go talk to somebody you don't know and they're mean to you. Okay, let's just say that happens. That happens. This is the truth of the matter. This is a blessing. Okay, that girl being mean to you is a blessing. If you say hi to her and she's mean to you, she is showing you her true self. Okay, that's who she is. She's a mean person. So the question you gotta ask is, why do you want to spend your time with a girl who is nasty? Or anyone, really. It doesn't have to be a girl. Why would you want to spend your time with somebody who is just not nice? There's plenty of people out there, plenty of hot people out there who are nice. This girl, just eliminated themselves from your life. Not the other way around. Not the other way around. This is a huge. I think this is a huge topic. I think there's a lot of I see a lot of people like this because a lot of people are like, "Oh man, everyone's so mean." I'm telling you that is a lie. That's bullshit. I get they don't I get this. Women are mean. They don't give me the time of day. They're rude. I hear this whole rigmarole. Nonsense. It's nonsense. It's based off of false perception. Okay, so let's kind of go into this. Actually, I'm not going. Just if they are mean to you, ignore. I mean, not ignore them. They've eliminated themselves from your life. They showed you the true self. Why are you mad? It's better that you find out that they're mean now than. I mean, wouldn't you want to know if somebody's really nasty up front than like spend a bunch of time with them and find out later? So, what if she ignores you? Okay, don't take this one personally. And what do I mean by ignore? Let's say you say hi and they say nothing. They say absolutely nothing. Don't take that personally, okay? Because this is what I have found. Maybe, I'm not saying always, but maybe she is being mean, or maybe she has something else in her mind. Like she is distracted beyond a doubt. I've had that happen. I've had people come up to me and say something, and I don't even reply because I am just in my own little world. Usually, I have found it is best to try again if they ignore you a little bit later and see if anything changes. And if they ignore you again, then chances are they are being mean. So in that case, go back to what I just said about mean people. They've rejected themselves out of their life. Now, here's the next big common thing. What if she rejects me? Okay, so there's a lot baked into this. By reject, I assume you mean she either tells you she has a boyfriend or she's not interested in you sexually. Okay, if she tells you that she has a boyfriend, she's either lying, which in case she's being mean. So go rethink about what I just said about mean girls, or she's telling the truth, which again is a blessing because you don't want to deal with drama of a jealous boyfriend. Okay. If it is because she's not interested in you sexually, then this can sting. And I think this is the thing that most people actually are afraid of. They don't want to hear the words, "You don't sexually excite me." Okay, that is a hit. That is a hit. That hurts. I understand that. I think this is the type of most people try. This is the type of rejection that people are actually avoiding. They don't want to hear that. You're not. I don't find you as a sexual option. I don't think you're hot. I don't think whatever it is. That stings. I understand that. If you ever get this type of rejection, though, you should be happy. Okay, there's a couple things. One, this means that you need to work on your attraction by improving your looks and your sexualization. Now, sexualization is a massive topic. It's probably, I would say, in the things I struggle with the most, it's that. Okay, sexualization, guys, is the ability to sexualize a conversation. It's actually, I think, the most important part of the whole process, but it's its own topic. Okay, so you might suck at that. That might be them saying indirectly you suck at sexualization. The other thing maybe is you just don't look good. I hate to say that, you don't look good. Okay. That's also reality. I mean, I know some people who do not look good and they get rejected for it. In both cases, so let me give you some tips on this. For looking good, start lifting weights. Okay. For sexualization, start getting into the habit of talking to girls about sex. That's it. That's probably the two most basic tips. Now, I understand for some people the sexualization part might be hard. That took me a long time to actually get good with, because it was real awkward. It was real awkward at first. But that is something you're gonna have to tackle. That is something you're going to have to tackle. And I'll probably have a whole night just on that. Um, but really, I think a lot of this comes to from abundance mentality, and I know some guys who have the idea that there's only like 5 girls in the whole world, and if any of them say no, then I just lost 20% of like my dating pool. I know people like that. I know people who literally say I can only date girls who I went to high school with. I know somebody like that. I know somebody who said, I don't remember the exact number. I'm gonna just say 30. He's like, I only know like 30 girls, so if any of them say no, it's like that's like I'm like it's a very loser mentality. I mean, I live in Chicago. Relatively speaking, there's infinite fucking women. Like you know what I'm saying? There is. It's relatively speaking. There's infinite fucking women in any big town, and probably even in any mid suburban, like a group of suburbs, infinite. So I don't. That's a that's just a dumb excuse. That's a really fucking dumb excuse. Okay. So if you took, I'm not kidding, if you took 3 to 6 months of implementing lifting weights and kind of turning your talk sexual, you would start to do really good. You would start to do really good. And in fact, we're going to kind of start there. So, here's another one. Oh, I skipped this one. Sorry. What will other people think of me if they see me approaching girls? Okay. This is kind of a fear. Oh, let me explain. Like you're afraid, oh, if I do this and it goes bad, I'm not going to be able to return to this place, or people are going to tell me off, or there's a lot of a fear about this. So let's get the obvious thing out of the way. 60% of people will not even notice what you're doing and won't even give a fuck, even if they did. Will not. Just 60% out of the bat do not give a fuck. They have their own problems. You are invisible to them because they are only thinking about themselves, which is a good thing. Being invisible sometimes is a good thing. Okay, so 20% of people will disapprove of what you're doing. Okay, they might not say something, but they will disapprove. If this is the case, and there's somebody giving you a hard time for this, go reread my paragraph, or go rewatch the section. I'm sorry, about Mean Girls, and just apply this to people in general. If you meet somebody who is fucking not nasty and toxic and not a good time, they got to go. They got to go. Get rid of them. Say, I don't want to talk to you, dude. Get away from me. And there are other people, I know other people who have seen this, and they're actually quite supportive, and they think it's a good thing. There are people out there, believe it or not, when they see a guy go talk to a girl, they think it's a good thing. Okay? I think it's a good thing. When I see guys do it, I think it's a good thing. Sometimes I pat them on the back and say, good job. They don't even know me, and I'm saying this. It's a good thing, guys. It is a good thing. Okay? So, if you do find somebody, a stranger, that kind of is supportive of this, and you will find a guy, you will find people, it might be even a girl who is supportive of you doing this, be friends with them. They're good people. That's the type of people you want in your life. Okay? So, next one. Next excuse that I have heard or have myself said to myself in the past. What if things go well? I'm afraid I won't perform well sexually. Okay? This is a good one. This was me for the longest time. This was me. So that above thought haunted me for the longest time. But then I learned a very, very life changing truth. And this is almost ironic. Guys, most people are bad at all things. Let me say that again. Most people, both male and female, are bad at all things, including sex. Straight up, most people are just bad. Most likely, the girl will be bad or mediocre at sex. That's a real statement. That is God honest truth. Okay, but we have this perception that it's and sometimes rightfully so. It's all us. It's not us. I have a few series coming out that help with this. So let's just get down to it. Penis pumping and doing edging sessions with the bathmate are probably the biggest tools to combat this problem, and lots of experience. Like, but if you want like a non-experienced approach, this is it, because the bath mat will get you so big that it doesn't even matter. And if you actually take the fleshlight sessions seriously and you apply it, it will probably give you more stamina than the average guy. So, like these are the tools we have to battle this. Like I said, I'll have more videos on these two subjects in the future, but that is a huge one. All right, so last one. This is the last excuse. If I find the courage to approach the girl, what do I even say? First of all, guys, that's asking the wrong question. That asking what to say is the wrong question. I've in a few videos ago, I talked about something called the subtext, which is sexualization. Subtext, your actions and image, then you worry about what you say. But I understand that you have to build courage, and sometimes you need a little guide on what to say. So, we got you here. So what I have is, I call this the name close opening, okay? And it involves 3 steps. This is a very easy opening. This is super easy. I do this opening all the time. This is like, you can do this forever. This is a forever opening, okay? So, step 1. This is step 1. Take 30 seconds to look at a girl that you want to approach. Less is better, by the way. If you can do it instantly, if you can do what I'm about to suggest instantly, do it. There is something that girl has done to her appearance that she has put effort, thought, and time into. I don't know what it is, but there is something she has done. It might be the clothes she's wearing. It might be that she dyed her hair. It might be the jewelry she's wearing. There is something. There was something she did to her appearance. There is something she did to her appearance that took time, effort, energy, money. There was something. I don't know what it is, but there was something. You need to find the something. Okay? It might not even be obvious what the something is, but it might be the fact she has really interesting piercings in her ear. But there was something she did to her appearance. And like I said, you only have 30 seconds to find it. You need to find it, because the longer you look, the longer you don't actually go and say hi, the more nerves you're going to get. In fact, it would be better if you instantly approached her, and as you take the 5 seconds to get from point A to point B, you did this, okay? But like I said, there's something the girl did to her appearance that took time, energy, and effort. Something, okay? Once you have that something, we are ready to go to step 2. Okay? So this is what you do. You approach the girl and you say, "Hi, I just wanted to let you know that I really like the something." Okay? Here are some real life examples from my own approaches, right? And listen how ridiculous some of these are. "Hi, I just wanted to let you know that I really like how your fingernail paint matches your pants." Okay? Dumb compliment. That's such a dumb compliment. And the girl was smiling and said, "I can't believe you noticed." Okay? There's the dumbest fucking thing in the world. Another one. "Hi, I just wanted to let you know I use this one a lot. Because this is true. I really like your necklace you're wearing." You will get thank yous all the time. "Hi, I just wanted to let you know that the orange, she was wearing orange clothing, looks really fantastic on you. The color looks fantastic on you." Gets a laugh, a giggle. Like, okay? 95% of the times, the girls will smile. They'll blush. They'll laugh when you give them a compliment. They might even go into story time. Story time is when they start telling you things about their life. Okay? I've had girls be cold to compliments before, but never mean. Never mean. Okay? So, you got the compliment. This is step 3. At this point, you only have one thing left to do in this opening. You introduce yourself and you ask for their name. That's it. Now you've met them. Congratulations. Now you know their name and they know who you are. And if the compliment really landed, they'll probably remember you. Okay? That's it. You've done it. The end. very simple. It's a very simple opener. Okay, it's a very simple thing to do, just straight out of that. Okay, so I kind of want to go over, and we're gonna call this my Get Laid Toolkit, and there's two things I want you guys to keep on. Okay, the first thing is I gave you this name closed opening. Okay, so just remember this formula: the hi plus the complement plus trade names, and then it's done. You're done. It's easy to do. It's very organic because people do it naturally all the time, and it presents a genuine self. Because I guarantee you, if you took two guys and you said, "What one thing do you notice about the girl?" I bet you the two guys are not going to even come to the same conclusion. So now like they're not going to come to the same conclusion about the thing that you did. They're not going to come up with the same compliment. They're not. So the compliment you come up with is genuine to you. It is your genuine self. It is informing her what you notice about the world. Okay, that is it. So that's tool number one, the opener. Okay. The second thing is you guys really need to start working out. Okay, this is toolkit number two. Okay, the more in shape you are, and this is the truth. The more in shape you are, the more ridiculous it becomes if a girl rejects you sexually. Okay, the more ridiculous. Like I want you to think about it. Like if Brad Pitt walked into a nightclub and could go up to any 21-year-old girl, and Brad Pitt could probably pull that girl. Now some of you could say, well, he's Brad Pitt, and I grant you that. But what does he have? He has status, which you can get locally. You can be famous locally. Okay, money, you can get that, and good looks, you can get that by working out. Okay, you might not be able to change your genetics, but you can get all three to a degree, right? He's got nothing you can't get. Okay, you might not ever be as famous as him, and you might not ever be as rich as him, but you can get to the point where you are well beyond the girl, right? And it becomes ridiculous if they reject you. It becomes ridiculous, like why, like any single girl that said no to Brad Pitt, their friends would probably be like, why would you say no? They'll get shamed. Okay, it becomes ridiculous, right? So what I would suggest, guys, is that you start getting into the habit of working out. Okay, and you don't need to hit the weights right off the bat. Like if you want to start just doing a 30-minute cardio session or walk every day, that gets you there. That gets the ball rolling, right? But working out is the ultimate hack, right? It's the ultimate. It's the shield against age. Maintains your looks. It's just improves your looks most of the time. It's the thing to do. Working out and try this opening. So here is what I would say the first mission, guys. Your first mission, right? Because it's not enough for me to just say go do, like, here's some tips. I want you to do a mission. I want you to go out there. Okay. So I want you to approach in this number 8 high. I want you to approach 8 girls and use the opening that I just suggested. Okay. Once you get their names, you can excuse yourself and consider yourself a champ. You did it. Okay. You don't need to go any further. No need to try to bed them when you're not ready. Just practice the opener. Just practice the opener. Even if it's on an older woman, it doesn't have to be a hottie. You could, if you feel like, hey, I want to practice this on something I'm not expecting, go ahead, do it. Now, where you do this is up to you. But I'm gonna repeat Scotty from GLL's advice. Meet women at places you like to be at. That's solid advice. That's phenomenal fucking advice, dudes. That's great advice. So I just did this mission the other night, guys, because I wanted to get this video prepped. I just did this at a salsa club. So here are my results, guys. Here are my results. So I'm not gonna tell you their names. Girl number 1, and I didn't know any of these people's names on these approaches. These weren't people I knew. I mean, they might have seen me around the club before, but I did not know these people. So girl number 1, or some women, girl, whatever word. Hi, I really like the outfit you're wearing. What was the result? Big fucking smile. Big fucking smile. She was a Korean girl. She was from Korea, so she had a very hip hoppy outfit. Um, big fucking smile. Thank you. Girl number 2. New dancer. You don't have to compliment exactly on their appearance. It could be an activity they're doing too, by the way. So if like you see a girl painting, you can go, that could be the opener. That could be the compliment. I really like the painting. I was like, you're really good for a new dancer. The girl looked really nervous. She like could tell she was expecting me to say you're a really bad dancer. Like that was what she was expecting. So the compliment landed really good. She looked like she was about to cry in a good way. Like, oh my god, thank you, blah blah blah. Okay, so girl number 3. I really like the sapphire necklace you have on. She had like a sapphire, the blue. Simple blush. The next girl had a red corset on. I said the red, referring to the corset, looks fantastic on you. It did. She had like that golden blonde hair. It really just matched the hair. And then she went into this whole story about how red's her favorite color. Okay, so that landed. Next girl number 5, she had like a dress on with like this flower pattern. Commented on the flower pattern. Thought it was kind of a unique. Just got a simple thank you. Girl number 6, this is one I made a note on. This girl was cold. This girl was fucking ice cold, guys. Like, total bitch face. Totally not down for anyone talking to her. And I said she had a Monster, like the TV show, the Monster t-shirt on. I said I really like the t-shirt. I really like the Monster t-shirt. It snapped that girl out of that cold bitch face, and she was smiling and telling me how her dad bought it for her because it was her favorite character from the she had the, I can't think of it, the blonde monster girl, telling her, like, it was her favorite TV show growing up, how her dad bought her this whole fucking story, okay? Really landed. That really landed, okay? Girl number 7 actually had a very similar t-shirt, but she had a Looney Tunes t-shirt on. Kind of landed the same way. Kind of landed the same fucking way. Okay, so that's actually a really good hack, and I'm gonna try it one more time if I see somebody with like a TV show T-shirt on. If you make a comment on that, it probably is gonna land. It's probably gonna land, right? I never really thought of it like that, but I'm gonna try that again. And then girl number 8, I just said she was a really great dancer. She thanked me. Compliments aren't always gonna get like super excited. Feedback, right? However, as you can see, with just 8 girls, and I probably could do 20 tonight, there's no negative result, right? There's no one that said, how dare you compliment my shirt and slap me, right? It's just not, it don't happen, okay? Usually what happens is there's some other snarky comment or creepy thing you did that got the negative result, okay? So, like I said, very simple assignment. Not hard, not difficult. And this is a good place to start too, guys, because it's like you're not asking for anything. You're not asking for a date. You're not asking for a phone number. You're not trying to pull them back. Like there's no pressure. You're just trying to get the name, and the name is, if you can't get somebody's name, like it ain't gonna go any further. So this is like I said, this is a really good newbie mission. Okay, so if you have a hard time approaching, just remember the simple formula. Find something to compliment on. There's something they've done to their appearance that is they put effort into. I don't know what it is. You'll know. You'll know. Go say hi, compliment them on the thing, and then step 3, introduce yourself, ask for their name. That's it. That's, again, the simplest opener ever. Okay? So, I gave you guys a mission. Go do this 8 girls. If you can do it in a single night, that is good. It's probably better than 1 a day. And then just report back on the mission. Report back. Put it in the comment. Tell me you said I went and did this and this was what happened. Okay? That's it, guys. That's all I got for you for tonight. So, I will be back here, guys, tomorrow with another episode, and yeah, let me take a look. We're gonna do forearms. We're gonna talk about forearms tomorrow. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this, and like I said, go do the mission and let me know.